feelings around.
Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be rating every player's performance from Tottenham Hotspur's 3-0 win over Arsenal in the North London derby at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League to boost the Lilywhite's hopes of getting top four and further crush Arsenal's form in the recent few weeks. Before we begin with the ratings, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are just 12 away from the big 500, so if you drop that subscribe, it would mean a whole lot to us. And yeah, so just make sure you subscribe using that big button below. Without further ado, we're going to start with Hugo Lloris. I'm going to give him a 7.
I'm going to give him a 7 as well.
Really, there were only like 3 max shots that he had to be really worried about.
Yeah, those that one Odegaard one, and then there were a lot of crosses that he dealt with superbly.
The crosses weren't great, but for Lloris to claim them was perfect, and he did very well in claiming crosses, which is something he's done really well in recent weeks, I think, right?
Yeah, all over his career.
Yeah, all over his career, but recently there's something that's been very good about it. Yeah, his handling specifically. I don't think we've had any new goalkeeping coaches, obviously, when Conte came in, that was a new one, but I don't think we've had any changes since then, so maybe just a little uptick in form. Moving on to the defense, starting with Ben Davies.
I'm going to give him a 7.5.
7.5 from me as well.
Was superb today with another great performance.
Yeah.
He's just so good at center back. I'm so glad he switched from left back to center back. He's so much better at center back.
He was not very good at left back. Unless you need a defensive left back, he's not very good at left back. But Ben Davies pulled out yet another top performance, first against Liverpool, and today some of the blocks and clearances he made was ridiculous, and he got a well-deserved ovation by the Spurs fans as he subbed off for Joe Rodon to come out of his hiding rock and make his first appearance in about 17 years.
Yeah.
Continuing along in the defense, Eric Dyer.
I'm going to give Eric Dyer a 7.5 as well.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. Yet again, just incredibly solid at the back. Even though his normal Romero was not there on the right, he was replaced by Sanchez. Dyer did excellently. There were multiple times where we did have to come out and deal with some of the faster players like Saka or Nketiah, but he did very well defending against those speedy, more tricky players. And I thought it was an excellent performance from Dyer. Didn't have much to head away, but regardless, kept that clean sheet against an Arsenal side that has some really good attackers at times, like Saka, Odegaard. Smith Rowe wasn't on the whole game, but when he did, and Nketiah, those kinds of guys, Dyer did very well. And last in the defense, Davidson Sanchez.
I'm going to give him a 7.5.
I give him a 7.75.
Returning to the starting 11 after a pretty long time, he pulled out a pretty good performance in the North London derby, and despite for the last time we saw him, I remember it like during the winter, it was that unstoppable pair between Dyer, Davies, and Sanchez.
Yeah,
and we saw that again today.
Back. Yeah,
and then Guti came back, and then they were, I would say, an even better pair.
Yeah,
and then now we're back to this pair, which is still amazing.
Yeah, but Sanchez pulled out a top performance out of the bag, even while, not playing for a long time, being called upon while Kuti gets injured. It's a big ask, and he filled those boots perfectly, keeping a big clean sheet and being a real leader in that defense.
If you compare this season, but only when Conte's been here, not when Nuno's been here this season, compare Conte's run this season to the entirety of last season. We've been so much better defensively.
Yeah.
Antonio Conte has fixed their defense so much.
I think Lloris has kept like the most clean sheets he's ever kept in a season, in a Premier League season, which is ridiculous. But it just shows how solid we've been at defense with that 5 at the back. And if we get Champions League, Conte's staying, and we have a big project under him if we're able to get that top 4 spot. So it's very, very important that we secure that spot and just win every game from now on. Moving into midfield, starting with Emerson Royal.
I'm going to give Emerson Royal a 7.75.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. Yet another top performance against a Big Six club. First, he pulled out a top performance against Liverpool. and now he's here to play out another masterclass against Arsenal.
It's a great performance from him. His crosses have been improving more and more as his career goes on, and he's just been excellent in these recent weeks.
There was honestly a point where he could have gotten a goal as well. But,
yeah, he did have one chance, I think in the first half, but it went over
the ball was a little bit of an odd. It came in as a
bounced right
ball.
before him.
Yeah, and he just couldn't make the connection he wanted. But regardless, a top effort from Emerson Royale, and one that hopefully we could see more of as we close out the season with these final 2 games. Left wing back, another usual backup who comes in as a starter, Ryan Sessegnon.
I'm going to rate him a 7.25.
7.25 for me as well.
He was pretty decent today. He had some chances. There was one where he had a header, and Lucas Moura just blocked it with his hand.
Yep. That was towards the end of the game.
That was crazy.
That was kind of funny. But regardless, Ryan Sessegnon has pulled out, just like Emerson Royale, 2 huge performances against top 6 club. First against Liverpool, playing a big part in that goal. And then today, playing expertly at left wing back to make sure he did not get past any times on that left side. But a very, very good performance from the young English left wing back. And he's going to really be one to watch in the future for us, because if he gets under the right guidance and has the best left wing backs ahead of him, he's going to become a very, very good player. We can already see that happening right now.
Definitely.
Moving into midfield, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
I'm going to rate Højbjerg a 8. I'm
going to give Højbjerg an 8 as well.
He was really good today.
Yeah.
He won so many duels. It's like in every duel that he had, he just wanted the ball.
Yeah.
He wanted the ball way more than the other person he was going against. He won 4 out of 4 ground duels.
That's a very good return. He was just generally calm and composed in that midfield.
Like he always is.
Yep. There was that one point in the second half where he was just farming passes. He passed to like 7 different people and kept getting the ball back, and it was so funny to see. But, yeah, Højbjerg, of course, with another solid performance, and it's exactly what we need from our center.
And he was also dispossessed 0 times.
That's a big fact, especially for a midfielder. Moving on to his midfield partner, Rodrigo Lulu Bentancur.
I'm going to rate him an 8 as well.
I'm going to give him an 8.25. I thought he was pretty top tier today. Although the funniest thing is, when he's playing, he looks like he's giving no effort at all. But he's actually really good at times. Like, he can be insane almost throughout the whole game.
And once again, both our midfielders, Bentancur and Højbjerg, were both dispossessed 0 times.
Yep. And on top of that, he did grab himself an assist in the Premier League.
It was a great assist.
Yeah, for Harry Kane's second goal, as he nodded the ball on for Harry Kane's low stooping header to give us a 2-0. 2-goal advantage in the North London derby in the first half. Last up is the attacker, starting with Dejan Kulusevski.
I'm going to rate him a 7.
I'm going to give him a 7 as well. 7.5 I'm going to give him. He was very, very good today. I thought he held the ball up well, used his physicality well. There were probably points where he should have gotten a penalty.
Definitely.
Yep.
That one time. But somehow it was a foul the other way.
Yeah.
Somehow. But yeah, just like you said, he used his physicality really well. Dribbling was great. But, yeah, he was pretty good today.
No real big chances on goal for him, though.
Yeah.
So that's why we didn't really comment much on his attacking. But his interplay and his defensive work rate today was excellent.
Yeah, he was good, though. He was decent.
And then, of course, our Korean winger, Son Heung-min.
I'm going to give him an 8.5.
8.5 for me as well. Excellent performance in Son.
It's a great finish. Great finish for the goal.
Yeah. 21st goal of the season. Puts him just 1 behind Mo Salah as we get into the final weeks of the season. And this is going to be a very tight race for the Golden Boot, as both of them are basically in firing form. But Salah does look to be on a little bit of a slump. He hasn't scored in quite some time.
Last season it was Kane who just edged Salah by like 1 goal.
Yeah. Will it be Son edging Salah this season?
Possibly.
But he was Son was very mad when he was subbed off. I think we all saw
But then
that.
he cooled down.
Yeah.
He was fine.
But I'm sure he could have grabbed another couple of
He
goals.
has to think about the bigger picture.
Yeah, we do need to save him. I bet he could bag some goals against Burnley.
And Norwich.
And Norwich. Norwich is going to be, I think he'll be free-flowing in that, and that's going to be the most important. I'd rather him be fully fit for Norwich than
And Burnley.
burn himself out for in a North London derby.
We're already 3-0 up.
We're
pretty much already won.
Yeah. And last on the team sheet is striker and forward Harry Kane with his brace today.
I'm going to rate him a 9.
I'm going to give him a 9 as well. Best player in the match, man of the match for me. Took his 2 goals excellently with the penalty and the stooping header. Very, very good
Very
performance.
composed on his penalty. Great header, like you said. And his passing was amazing today.
Yeah, very, very good passing. Dropping deep where Arsenal players just could not find him and just launching the ball towards Royale, Sessegnon, Son, or Kulusevski, whoever was in front of him. Didn't really have any big chances to make it a hat trick, but regardless, it was a top performance from Mr. Harry Kane, and one exactly that we needed to lead us through to an NLD win and into these last 2 weeks of the season, which will probably prove to be the biggest 2 weeks of our season, as taking all the points here could make us get us to seal that Champions League spot if results go our way. But it's going to be a very, very big end of the season for Tottenham Hotspur, and we're all waiting here to watch it. But that's it for our player ratings. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoy our content, comment down below who your man of the match was, and until next time,
Come on, you Spurs!